Hey, welcome back to Pillow Talk segment 3. This is a show about sleep. If you were with us on the previous segments, we were addressing a question from a gentleman named Michael. We're going to get back to that in one moment. You know, I sell mattresses. I'm not a radio guy. I love talk radio. I grew up listening to talk radio. I used to listen to Bruce Williams, if any of you remember him. He was my favorite. I learned a lot from that gentleman over the years. I had a good friend of mine 30 years ago who turned me on to talk radio, and I've always been a talk radio junkie ever since then. So, but I don't profess to be great at it myself. I just talk about what I do and what I experience, and I try to increase your understanding of sleep, increase your understanding of the value of sleep, and be more educated when you go to select your next sleep system. And all I ask in return is, when you do, please give us a try. That's all. You know, I started to get into our promotions earlier. I'm very ADD, if you haven't figured that out by now. I jump all over the place. My mind shifts gears all the time. 5 years to pay with no money down for anything in the store. There is some caveats to that. See store for details. We have many, many payment plans. I started saying that earlier. We've got the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort. If you've ever considered buying a bed where you can make each side soft or firm on each side, where you can pick a number on each side, one of our competitors is Sleep Number. Fine company, nothing bad to say about them. I don't sell or represent them, but I do carry the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort, which is a competitor to them. And what I would say is, before you buy a Sleep Number bed, or if you've ordered one and you haven't taken delivery, try the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort. Compare features, compare warranty, compare price and payment plans. That's all I ask. And then you make the decision. You make the decision which one you like better and what you think is a better deal. Ours has 45 individual settings on each side, from super soft to super firm. Ours has 2 remotes that come with it. Ours has a reversible cover, cool for summer, warm for winter. Ours is a modular bed with 3 big tooth self-sealing nylon zippers around the outside sides, and you can unzip it, open it up. We show you how it's built. If anything ever fails, you can replace it in the bed. Ours has a 25-year industry-leading warranty. And we have a pay plan of 5 years, no interest, no money down for qualified buyers. And then on top of all that, we have the flex setting, king and queen too. The top of all that, you get to choose from a list of luxury rewards. What's a luxury reward? It's a list of items. You get to pick something from it. It's awesome. And it's just a fun thing we do to give back. You can get a $500 Lowe's gift card. You can get a mountain bike, a kayak, a portable spa. These are all things I've sent to people. There's exercise equipment. It's really, really neat. And you can check it out on our website. And anyway, so that's one of the promotions we offer. We've got going right now. And we've got, no one else has all the brands under one roof that we have. I say that all the time, but it's so true. I mean, I just brought over some staff from one of our competitors is coming to work for us. And they said, look at the brands you have. They only have like 3 or 4 brands in their store. We got 7, 8, 9 different brands in our store. Look at the selection you have. It's amazing. So it really pays. You know, it's the only place you can look at all the technologies under one roof. All right, let's get back to Michael's question. If you were listening earlier, Michael asked, "Hi, Kevin. Ionizing air cleaners, water atomizers, aromatherapy, ultrasonic pest repellers, and even soft music. Are there limits, pros, and cons?" I think anything, we talked about air purifiers in the previous segment. I think anything that helps you fall asleep better or sleep better is positive, right? I'm going to address the aromatherapy here. This is an article from risescience.com, 5/16/23. Does aromatherapy work for sleep? The first sentence says there's not enough scientific evidence to say for sure whether aromatherapy works for sleep, because aromatherapy is relatively harmless, fairly low cost, easy to access and use, certainly safer than other sleep aids, smells nice, and many people find it helps them sleep better. There's no reason not to enjoy essential oils as part of your bedtime relaxation routine if you're so inclined. That's what I kind of just said, right? But don't focus solely on aromatherapy for relaxation and better sleep. Good sleep hygiene is a proven path for relaxed and restful nights and positive, productive days. We're going to talk about that in a moment here. They have a Rise app that can tell you when to do 20 plus sleep hygiene habits. So I tell you something that I heard once that just resonated with me. And I'm not saying pros or cons, but I was reading or listening to something once, and they were talking about air fresheners that you spray around. And they said it's really just air pollution. You're spraying these chemicals through the air that smell better, and you're breathing it in. So that always resonated with me when it comes to anything that you're breathing in. You know, I've got younger kids in the house right now, and I try to explain to them. I won't say her name because she'd kill me, but I have one stepdaughter who likes to draw on her hand at school. And I said, stop doing that, because anything you put on your skin gets immediately absorbed into your bloodstream. And ink is not something you want in your bloodstream, right? And I kind of feel the same way about breathing things. So I don't know. I'm not saying aromatherapy is good or bad. I don't know. According to this article, they say if it works for you, go for it. And that's kind of how I feel. If it helps you sleep better and it helps you fall asleep better, go for it. So one of Mike's other questions was, how about soft music? So I found another article on the sleepfoundation.org dated November 8th, 2023. By the way, if you ever want to go back and reference any of these things, like, you know, I say that, people go, oh, I want to go look at that, and they can't write it down. You can watch this show on YouTube. You can watch it on our website. So you can go back, but it's sleepfoundation.org, November 8th, 2023, music and sleep. And it says key takeaways at the top. Playing music before bed may decrease the time it takes to fall asleep and improve sleep quality. Music has been shown to decrease levels of a stress hormone called cortisol. Music triggers the release of dopamine, which can boost good feelings at bedtime and may help manage pain. Trying to fall asleep to music that is relaxing or slower around 60 to try falling asleep to music that is relaxing or slower around 60 to 80 beats per minute. So yeah, sounds like it will help. I can tell you this. If you're having trouble falling asleep, one of the things I've learned in doing this show is, and I've read this and reported on this over and over and over, one of the key things you need to do, you need to go to bed at relatively the same time every night. You need to eliminate stimulus from phones and iPads and TV an hour before you go to bed. You need to have a routine when you go to bed. I have a routine. I go in the bathroom. I don't know why. I wash my hands. That's what I do. I brush my teeth. You know, I a couple other things, and then I get into bed. Button there. Make sure my head is elevated. I'm relaxed. And I go to sleep. You got to have a routine every night. You got to make sure the room is dark. I make sure it's relatively quiet. You've got to have the right light. You got to have the right temperature. You got to have the right darkness. You got to relax a little bit. You know, your body temperature has to drop 2 degrees before you fall asleep. So you got to make sure you're comfortable. If you don't have the right sheets, you don't have the right, we talked about this last week about hotel bedding. Why are hotel beds so comfortable? One of them is they use quality sheets. So many people cheap out on the sheets. You know, we have sheets that are competitive with anybody out there in price, but we have some really good quality Tencel and bamboo sheets, and people see the price and they go, ooh. Let me tell you, once you sleep on them, you won't say that because they're so comfortable. And they, you know, a quality sheet makes you more comfortable. It helps you get your body temperature regulate and fall asleep. So that's my advice if you're having trouble falling asleep. But certainly soothing music. You can, you know, if you have an Alexa, you can set it up so that, it plays some music and it shuts off after a certain amount of time. You can even do that with TVs. They have music channels and you can put the turn off time and pick the right stuff. So all good stuff. Let me know what works for you. pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. Mike, thank you for the question. I hope I answered it for you. I give you, my insight and what I've learned. And if you've picked up anything else, email me back. I always want your input and feedback on this kind of stuff. I want you to have a better night's sleep and improve your life. It's all about quality of life and an attitude of gratitude. I always say that, it's all about your outlook. All right, I'm up against the break. Stick around. We're going to be right back for our final segment.